So, welcome to my third video on using Notion. We've covered a number of things in the previous two videos. One is kind of an overview of the interface for Notion, and then the second was about working with a page in Notion. The other piece that is really powerful in Notion is the fact that you can create databases. And it's not for the faint of heart, but it's not hard once you get your mind wrapped around it. So, for example, I have created a database to show you what it looks like in action. So, this is a database that I've created with over 1,200 resources for global education. And I have I imported them in from a collection I had in another platform, and I'm busy using AI and trying to fill in some of the gaps in it. So this is what it looks like, and there's a form on the front page where people can submit their own resource, and we've had a few people do that. And so forms are part of this. This is one view of a database. This is public facing. And people can submit their resource for this resource that I'm developing for a conference I run in November. So this is a form view. You can preview it if you want to. Looks just like what I just showed you. And you can share the form and customize it, indicate who can fill it out and that sort of thing. And so those are some of the settings for it. And this is the form link that the public would use in order to input their information. When an entry is made, it goes into the database. And this is the view, this is the list view of all of the resources that have been submitted or I've put in here. So when you click on one of these, it will go to, you will open it and you'll see a description of the resource, a link to it, any kinds of tags that are related to it, and what UN SDG it's aligned with. So this is actually somebody that submitted this on August 9th. And so you can click on the link and actually, go to it. You can copy the link, or you can actually go to, and maybe that link's not working, and go to the site in general. So this is one example of what it will look like. And you can make a template for this page that pops up. Here's another example. This is one that I put in here. And I'm using AI. I've set it up so that it will grab a description of the resource from the URL up here. And there's a way to do it for all of them. I don't know why it's not working right now, but there's a way to make that work, and I have to work on it. So here's another example. Let's see. Let's look at this one. I'm not clicking on the right place. That's why. Okay, so here's one. And this one does have a description. Okay, that was pulled using AI. I put in a screenshot, and actually the Compass people probably put this one in, a screenshot of their website. Now, why is that important? Because when you go to look at another view, this gallery view, it pulls that screenshot from the original entry and puts it as the cover page for the gallery view. So you click on here, you can see all the information, and then and here's a screenshot of it. So this is one that was posted by Heather Singmaster recently. There's a screenshot, and it pulls from that screenshot and puts it, let me go back here, and puts it into this gallery view. So I really like doing I really like having this view where you get kind of a glimpse. You can look at the resources at a glance in general. So this is all of them. This is, and it can be exported, by the way, by into a spreadsheet. This is organized by type. I'm using tags. And so these are, if you're looking for articles, here are different articles. And I also have them organized by SDGs. What are the SDGs that this organization or this resource is focused on? Here's our gallery view. And then I have another view that is like, new things that have come in recently. So, this is a resource that I'm working on. That's kind of a work in progress in general. And it's not going to be open to the public. The submission form will be the attendees that come to the GLOW conference will get a link to this when it's ready. This is what it looks like from a public perspective in general. And you can go through and look at things very similar to the way that that I did as an editor. And all of this stuff is sortable. There's filters. It's pretty cool. So you can ask. You can either download a template for a database from the templates in Notion and use a template as kind of a model on how to build one, or you can create one yourself. And if I were going to build one myself, I would go to my home page, and I would say, create a database for organizing educational resources related to educational technology. And it's going to start building this as we're watching. And because it's using the AI tool, it's going to take some liberties with this. And it's going to show me a database in a minute. And I can customize it further if I want to. So it's working in progress here. It's still working. And here's the database, and the AI is telling me how it created it. Now, when I click on it here, when I've done this before, it has put in sample data. This one did not do it. This is a little bit different. But here's the status. Here are the resource types. Here's the review calendar. These are free to evaluate. This is not quite what I had in mind. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to, I'd like to include the ISTE standards to see how resources are aligned with them. I'd like a link to the EdTech Tools website, and I'd like to tag each entry using AI. We'll see what happens with this, if it will change anything for me. So it's updating the database schema and properties. And here is the new, it's not quite done. It's still working. So it gives me some directions about like what it did before, or what it did. So this is what it did to change it. And then the AI asked me if I want to change anything, and I'm going to say, do I want the full ISTE indicators or keep the strands we just added? I'll say keep the strands we added. Make the tool website the primary link, and I do want to filter and board grouped by ISTE standards. So I just confirm that, and then it's going to make more edits. And I'm not sure if this is exactly what I was intending, but I think you'll get the drift in general. So it's going to be working in the background, and we should see changes here at some point. So here's the tool website, here are the ISTE standards, here are the topics, subject, ratings I put in there. And I don't see an AI field in here, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So, so you can take one of these categories, set up AI autofill. Oh, maybe it's doing it. These are different tags. I think maybe I use these in a different project. I don't know why they're popping up here, but I can turn on AI autofill, and I can say generate new options or not. And so when I put an entry into this field, it should generate tags that are related to it if I've done it properly. I may have to go in here and change. This isn't. I know that I have to edit the autofill somehow, in general, to make sure that it's grabbing the right kind of content for that area. And I'm not sure how to do that right off the top of my head. But anyway, this database has all these different views. Some of these I don't think are necessary. I can get rid of them. Here are ones that are, if I put content in here and indicated what standard they were meeting, they would be popping up here. And I could look at the standards and the resources that are aligned to the different ISTE standards. So lots of different cool things you can do with this. Again, looking at the marketplace, if you type in the word database, I don't know what's going to come up. There, you can see some examples of databases that you can get. Here's one that's a literature review database that's free. So if you're a graduate student, you can organize your lit review and download and use this in your own Notion. So lots of different kinds of ways you can use databases. It's kind of the it's not the it's a significant part of Notion and how Notion works. I'm using it for organizing resources, like my Global Ed conference. I'm also doing a democracy database of democratically oriented organizations that's very similar in its structure. And you can always update. You can always you can always export your data into different formats: a PDF, HTML, Markdown, or CSV, which is a spreadsheet. The other thing to note is you can also, there's version history on this stuff too. So just like in Google Docs, if somebody's that you're collaborating with has made a mistake or something, you need to revert to a different version, you can do that as well. So that's a little bit about databases. It's a little bit more advanced if you're getting into Notion. It takes a little while to kind of get your mind wrapped around how it works, but once you do, I think sky's the limit in terms of the possibilities. Hope you found this helpful, and thanks for listening.